It's about 8:33, 8:34. September 9th, 2025, public meeting, Commissioners Court, Liberty County, Texas. And this is a public hearing on the fiscal year 2025, 2026 proposed budget for Liberty County, Texas. I know we've produced the first version of the budget. Of course, there was a minimal amount in it. The second version was ready to go until we got estimates in on what the jail was going to cost. So we had to go back and rewrite. So right now, that's what we're doing with all the estimates, for the jail repairs inclusive. So it'll be ready Friday. That's there's a lot of changes we had to make in it. But as y'all know, we're not sure what the number is yet, and we'll talk about that later. But if y'all have any questions, be glad to have a little discussion if you like. But if not, then we'll be hearing the budget on the next meeting at 10 of the month.
Judge, will that be a special meeting or is it the next?
No, Gerald, we have to do, anytime we have the budget, you have to do it at the regular meeting.
Okay.
By statute.
Okay.
So it'll be at the next regular meeting for Commissioners Court. So,
Okay.
yeah. Now we can have special meetings all you want to discuss whatever, but the other side of it is you can't pass anything.
Okay. So I guess my question is, if there's I have no idea what the budget looks like. If, for example, we weren't able to pass it at the next meeting, then what happens?
It reverts back to last year's budget.
Okay.
I'd like to have a workshop with the commissioners to go over the commissioners' budget.
We can do that. Get with Dee Dee here in a little bit, see if we get a date set. Of course, we have, from today, we have 2 weeks, before.
Correct.
But like I said, the version 2 of the budget will be ready Friday. And still, there's a lot of questions about, what the jail's going to cost for repairs. And I think right now we just have estimates. There's no hard numbers. Is that pretty much it, Sheriff?
Actually, the proposed bill after October 1st, I guess you could say, it depends on what, I've talked to Commissioner Grabowski. I have no idea what a HIVAC system costs, what they're saying, but that is a big portion of it. The
Yeah.
first estimate we got was like $4 million. And so I don't know if they can use some of the stuff that's up there or do anything. I was relying on somebody, but we have somebody coming next week to tour it. And Harold is supposed to get a couple more vendors to look at it. So I have no clue what that cost is.
Well, I know 6.5 years ago, we had replaced that chiller out there for a sum of almost $900,000. Today's price would be almost $2 million for that same chiller. And that chiller was basically designed to run 25 to 30 years. So I would like whoever we got to evaluate that chiller and to be made aware that this is a fairly new chiller. And we could probably knock that bill in half.
I don't know. Will it working?
Oh, yeah, the chiller's working great. There's nothing wrong with the chiller.
Everything was upstairs.
Mhm.
Yeah, your air handlers and your dampers, yeah.
Yeah, the chiller sits
That was
outside.
a big cost, and we had estimated, the way Mr. Scott needed an estimate to kind of put in the budget. So the total we asked for, and all the other stuff, the freezers, the cameras and everything else we got to add was like $6 million. So more of that would be the HIVAC.
That's the kind of a worst case scenario instead of the most likely case.
Worst case.
Okay. But I agree with Commissioner Grabowski that we need to talk about it at least before we go into the proposal mode.
Yeah.
And so with the new 3-day business day laws, then we'll need to set the meeting tomorrow, right? To
Yes.
have this workshop on the
Yep.
budget.
Yes, that's correct.
But, once again, I'll state this, because of the budget and the repairs that we have to perform on jail. And this is not renovations, but repairs. We're still gonna have to kind of hold flat on what the version 1 was compared to what we had anticipated version 2 would have been. So it's not a Gomer Pyle moment where you say, surprise, 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 but there it is. It's, we have to get those, and I'll tell you why. We're spending about $220,000 a month housing inmates out in the county. That's
Right.
yeah. I'd much prefer to house them here, but we can't until the repairs are completed.
And Judge, if I may,
Yes.
back to the repair costs. I've spoken with Harold and the purchasing department, Sheriff. Some of these costs will have to be bid out because they exceed a certain amount. There are some vendors that maybe we can locate on a co-op, which may make a difference for time, but that will also take some time in order to get solid numbers.
Yeah. Anything over $100,000 at the new law that came into effect September 1st.
Yes, but
It
I
has to be
think
bid
that
out. Yeah.
most of what we're looking at is going to be over.
Well,
that
in excess of
threshold.
$100,000, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, and we just want to make sure we're adhering to all procurement laws.
Okay. Oh, that we're gonna do that. Guarantee you that. Okay. All right. Well, any other comments, questions? If not, we'll close out this public hearing today and sit tight for a few moments and we'll get next on to the tax rate.